Hey there. Alrighty. Okay, so I want to talk about karma. The IOU no more karma. So we have a group clearing tomorrow. And the topic is, it's the karma series, and it's the one IOU no more. When we think about karma. Hey everyone. So karma. Reaping and sowing. Karma's only about 5,000 years old. Okay, it's Sanskrit. So the belief, it's like, there is a reaping. There is, how can I say, there is a balance that does happen naturally. Okay, and the kind of like yin and yang. You know what I mean? It's like there's a balance that happens in the world. Okay, and we look at that, and we look at the karma abbot, the energy of karma. And when we think about IOU no more, think about this. With karma, it's like the cycle doesn't end until something or someone ends it. Okay, so IOU no more, basically what that means, ending it. We're going to end it. Okay, how do we end it? Well, usually it's the person who it's like have an experience with someone, and rather than doing any kind of retribution or punishment or revenge because they've done something to you, it's like the forgiveness. And not even about forgiveness. Okay, it's just that where you're done, you're not going to do that dance anymore. But it's more than that. It's a lot more than that. You have to unravel the agreements and contracts. You have to unravel all the beliefs. You have to unravel all the traumas that are connected to that particular person in order to stop and clear and stop the dance, so to speak. Okay. So IOU no more, basically what would be happening, go into the subconscious, get a sense of what are you still holding on to that you feel like you owe? What are you still believing that you've done that you deserve to be punished for or tortured for, or have, most people have in their subconscious, unfortunately, misperceptions and beliefs and conclusions based on their experiences. And there's not the awareness that there really are no victims, okay, really, and that we're all souls evolving, waking up through direct experience, and that we have these experiences to know ourselves in those experiences. The problem, and this is why seemingly it would be called karma, is you don't go through the process of knowing yourself in that intensity, in that trauma, in whatever that experience is. If you haven't surrendered to the emotion of it, it's not over, and you'll recreate it again. And this is, and people call it karma, but it's actually not karma. It's what you're creating. Okay, let me see here. What's Abigail saying here? Karma, chameleon. Yeah. Yes. Oh. The belief, here's the thing. This is a good question, you guys. This is a really good question. The belief in karma isn't going to disappear because people don't understand what you're really doing. People don't. How many people in the world really know the higher level teachings? I haven't met anyone, and I know a lot of high level people. Okay, I'm also heard. I'm not only that, but I know people who know people, and nobody has these teachings. So the belief structure in karma, until people understand that what you're doing is you have these experiences that you've drawn to you to know yourself in that way. God, creator consciousness, is wanting to know itself in all ways. It's using every one of us for all of its experiences, okay? The way it ends for each individual, that part of that creator consciousness, that's one of the fingers of humanity that we all are, still the same thing. We're still connected to the all that is, okay? But we don't remember. But creation is in this process experience of direct experience But if you don't, you can't know it until you know it. And the only way to know it is to go through it without thoughts, that you become that emotion, whatever that is. That's the only way to know it, unless someone can pull it out, which is what we do. So the belief in, the structure, karma, won't change until people get this particular teaching that really does describe how it all works. Okay, so after I die, the teachings will come forth. I already saw it. Okay. Okay, hang on a second. What? Those are the lyrics. I never know what. Yes. 5,000 years. Sanskrit. 5,000 years, you guys. It's not 50,000 years old. It's 5,000 years old. And it was drawn up and created and written up and whatever through Sanskrit. Okay? Okay, hang on. What's this? Some people think that karma is... It's not universal law. It's not an absolute. Okay? Okay, you guys, don't ask me these kinds of questions. You bought a package. You're going to have to go to We Care. We Care at Bonnie Serratore. I don't handle this stuff, okay? Not my area, but you can get help. And yes, of course, we'll help you get what something different. Okay, how do you know you have a karmic debt? Does it appear in your numerology chart to be dealt with? Oh, okay, hang on. Okay. How do you know if you have a karmic debt? Does it appear on... some numerology might bring in karma, kind of stuff, but how that's going to present in your chart is if you've been doing something with someone, like a particular soul, you've been doing major stuff, that energy will present in your numerology. Okay. So a karmic debt, people, you really don't have a karmic debt. I know that's the whole thing about karma. If you just go through the emotions, there's no more. It ends that dance. Okay. The issue, let's just say, hang on a second. Okay, let's just say, hang on, I need to put my glasses on. Okay, Solly. Let's just say for you, Solly, let's just say that you have a karmic debt, which means you only really have, there's someone in particular, there's several someone's souls in particular that you have very strong dances with, intense dances with, okay? So that could appear in your chart, okay? But to end it, pick one, go through the emotion of it. Maybe it's a betrayal thing, okay? Maybe there's severe betrayal, and you just keep recycling that betrayal back. You just keep doing it, and eventually, what happens is you start waking up to it. You want to put an end to it. You end it. Or someone comes in and unravels and clears out the energy out of your subconscious and ends it for you, okay? But basically, you're going to keep recreating that experience because there's not the surrender into knowing it. See, here's the thing, people. I'm telling you, honest to God, for real, okay? I've worked with tens and tens of thousands of people over 40 years. I've been intentionally tracking humans. What's our angst? What is all this stuff? Okay. So start unraveling and start discovering, start paying attention, start tracking and clearing, and you find out what's the real truth. Okay. So anything can come to an end in an instant. Okay. So the IOU thing tomorrow, will be putting, ending stuff. So if you got somebody or peoples that or feel like you got some kind of karmic debt with, hold them in your awareness, okay? And then start clearing that stuff out. What is your belief, okay? So even when I go into the subconscious, okay, looking at your info, your questions here. Go right down into the subconscious. You got beliefs in here that you've done something wrong, done something bad, and you're waiting to get punished. I can, right here in your subconscious, you are showing me, Solly, I'm talking about you, okay? So, I can see it. How do you clean? Well, it doesn't mean you got to keep doing back and forth, hurting each other or whatever. It's like clean up that angst, clean up the wound, clean up the misperceptions, the beliefs, the conclusions, all the energies that you got in that subconscious. And it doesn't take long. And you've seen me do this online, okay? Clean it up, boom, gone. And then that dance is done. You can't find the feeling anymore. You can't find the reactions. You can't find the thought. Honest to God, for real, okay? Okay, hang on. Oh, I don't know where that's at. The Q&A. Must be on here. Well, whatever. What? Cynthia will know. Cynthia, I don't know where our Q&A is. Okay. What? Also, what you said about conflict of countries here and there is true. Heard, see a guy who said similar. That's a trip. That's pretty cool. You guys, I'm not plugged into anything here. I track the energy. This is where I get my info. I fucking go direct, okay? This is a good one. Okay. When karma goes over with a family member, does relationship, what? Oh, when karma gets over with a family member, does relationship with them change? Yes. 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 Okay. I'm telling you. Hang on. Show you a little dance here. Dance, karma dance. Okay. Okay, so. What color do I have? That color. Okay, cool. So let's just say, with the family member, you came in with a certain angst to unravel. Okay, so let's just say that that you, hang on. Okay, let's just say that that past lives, you had an experience, got traumatized, felt, severe trauma. Okay, so you had trauma from a past experience. You've made agreements and contracts to have that experience to know yourself. So you have a big old thing, you don't go through it because you don't know how. You be born again, same thing. Okay, you forget, but here it is again, same kind of stuff happening. Okay, so what happens is if we go in, clean up the trauma from that past life and how you're, in whatever's happened, extreme trauma, get all that energy, because I can see it right here. I'm looking right out into your subconscious. I literally see you kind of like scrunching down, waiting for something intense to happen. Okay, I'm not going deep, but I'm just saying. Okay, so what happens is if we come in and clean up that energy, your energy changes. Your energy changes. You no longer have that wound. Look what happens. It doesn't work like that anymore. So the person, the dance changes. They treat you differently. Okay, people, you got to get this. It's like you're creating your realities 100% through your subconscious. Okay, everyone is. We all are. So it's about cleaning stuff up, healing and clearing and cleaning stuff up, and the dance is done. You don't have to do that dance with that person anymore. Now, does it mean that maybe some kind of betrayal will happen? Things can still happen, but what happens is your relationship to it is different. You're no longer reacting the same. Okay? You just don't have the same feelings. And then eventually it falls away because there's no more energy in your subconscious drawing it to you. But whatever's in your subconscious, that you'll be drawing that to you, okay? The next piece. How fun. Alrighty. What? Okay, what? Okay, hang on. Oh, so we have that on video, eh? I remember now. I remember. Yeah, people, you get knocked out of your body and then sometimes never comes back in. Got to get it back in. Marette, girl. Yeah. Okay. Is it possible to go back and restart on another timeline and choose different than what caused the karma unreleased and clear it and the consequences of past time issues? No, you can't. Those energies, like if you look at the energies and looking at the choices and the experiences and the agreements and contracts, it's all right there. It's anchored in. This is why we can go back in time, anytime whatsoever. 10,000 years, 1,000,000 years, 10 million years, 100 million years, okay? Where were you in 100 million years ago? Oh, right there. Not on planet Earth. She was right there. Okay. Yeah, so you were still having big experiences there, okay? So, and the energy is all happening, but we're still in this experience here on planet Earth where we are going through, the everyday changing. Okay, but it's still all about the soul, but it's the soul evolving. But no, you're not going to go back and change. Marit, it's just really finding all the pieces. Okay, now keep in mind when someone's been severely traumatized and you got lifetimes of severe trauma, or being a real sensitive, okay, sensitives are going to get whacked so much easier and take things so much more painfully or more personally, or it's like the intensity is much greater than someone who's not like a sensitive. Okay, so it's just a matter of finding the pieces. It's a journey, you guys, and it's an investment in yourself. I get that. Okay, so for me personally, I do my own work. I unravel stuff by going through the emotion, and it changes me drastically. Okay, I've told you before that piece around looking for the one, waiting for the one. It's really the mommy daddy wound. Okay, I just cleaned that up. This is like less than a year ago. Okay, maybe I don't remember, that sometime last year. Very intense, and it shifted. So there's no more waiting, looking for the one. And now I can just sit on my deck, look out, and watch the sunset, and no angst in my body. Okay, people, if you know how to do your inner work, it's the surrender. Then you can do a lot on your own. If not, you're going to need help. But basically, no, you're not going to go change what's happening now. Right now, you come in and change what's still in the subconscious. Okay. And think about this. Okay. Most everyone that's with me right now, you haven't been with me for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. Okay. The people that have been know this stuff. They've been through my programs, my classes. They get it. Okay. So, for most people, what I'm bringing is brand new information. Brand new to you. Never friggin' heard of it. Okay. But I can tell you straight up, it's the truth. Okay. Okay. Where are you? Yeah. Okay. Don't we care when they need me to cover it as it takes 20 minutes. Da, 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 da. Okay. What happens when karma gets over completely? Does the soul merge with source or become an ascended master? I don't want to do this incarnation cycle anymore. Good question, Pri, sweetie. Okay, so people, it isn't just the karma. It's you evolving. It's your soul evolving. It's your soul waking up. It's your soul becoming God creator consciousness through all of these direct experiences that you're having on all levels. Okay. It's when the soul wakes up, gets it, got it, bigger picture, big cosmic joke, big laugh. Okay. But when you know yourself and you become that energy, that consciousness that we all are, which is the divine creator consciousness and the unconditional love, when you become that, there's nothing to come back for unless you just want to come and shine light or, help others like bodhisattvas. I'm a bodhisattva. I keep coming back till everybody friggin' wakes up. Been doing it a long time and still a long time way to go. So it's really about your own waking up. Okay. It's about you evolving. It's about you understanding who you are. It's about no longer taking things personal because your heart's open. Okay. It's no longer judging, finding fault, and judging others. You have an awareness. You have a wakefulness. You're not reactive. Okay. Your heart's open. You're experiencing unconditional love. Okay. That's when you're done here. Until then, not happening. So everyone who doesn't want to come back and incarnate, do your inner fucking work. Unravel that stuff in your subconscious and evolve. It's pretty basic, but I get it. People don't know this. What? No, wait, sorry. Can't you do clearing on future karma dissolve before create? Yeah, I could. Definitely. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is cool. Like the Serratore method, clearings have become deep for me and bodily sensations are more felt. Yes, that's what happens. Yeah, the universe owes me the one. I have an IOU with the universe. Yeah, well, until I'm fully awake, I still have lessons to learn. Fucked up, but it's true. Okay, what? Okay, what's the connection between Saturn and karma? I think it's in mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Hang on. Okay, what did I say here? Confused about my relationship with my... Maureen. Okay, so you've always been confused about relationship with your current husband, and now he's at a cancer center. And I can't understand my feelings about his passing. Okay, so here's the thing. You can't understand anything with your mind. You're trying to understand. You're trying to understand. Okay, people, it's not about the mind. This is what I'm trying to tell all of you. Your mind can't figure it out. It can't know it. You can't clear anything. You can't heal anything with the mind when we're looking at, this kind of dance with relationship. What you're needing to do is, how is it making you feel? Drop into the initial feelings that you feel and that because you live with those feelings. But if you surrender to those feelings that you live with and that and I'm talking surrender, that means you have an emotion. You drop in, let that emotion take over, whatever that is. No more thoughts, no more story. Drop the story, drop the thoughts. Become the emotion. Be the emotion all the way till you feel like you're shattering, breaking, you're going to die. That's when you're knowing the energy. And that's when the dance comes to an end. If you're a spinning story, you'll do that 10,000 more lifetimes. Okay? I'm telling you, people. I'm telling you. I know what I'm fucking doing. Okay. Okay, what? Okay. Clean karma. Yes. Can we? Yes. Okay, hang on. Can we clean karma with? Yes. Yes. Clean it all up. Why keep doing it? You don't have to. Got it? Okay. I need to cover the tape. Okay. We're in Europe. Oh, yeah. Okay. Saturn needs to. Okay. Cynthia, hang on. Okay. How is it that I owe you a taco dinner? I'd like to know how you feel I owe you a taco dinner. I'm happy to get you a taco dinner if I really owe you. I owe you taco note. Okay, we'll meet up and we'll have tacos on me. Alrighty? I know you are, Cynthia. Yeah. 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 So tomorrow, people, just a reminder, tomorrow is the IOU No More. Okay? IOU No More Karma series. We'll be unraveling, clearing the karma that you on your subconscious is believing that you owe somebody or that you deserve to have experiences. See, here's the thing. When I go into your subconscious, you're not saying, oh, I have karma. That's not what you're showing me. No, you're showing me trauma. I have trauma. I've been abused. I've abused others. I've tortured others. I've humiliated others. I've shamed others. I'm a bad person. That's what's in your subconscious. There's nothing in there that says, I have karma. I'm telling you. Honest to God, for real. Okay? There's nothing in there saying, I have karma. No. Okay, hang on. Hang on, you guys. Cynthia. Okay, not everyone is owed tacos. Okay, do a shamanic retreat for us and serve us tacos. Okay, we'll do that. We want to do it in the summer so we can use the pool. I bought this house because it has a pool and it's not been nothing, it's been like intense, but it's been fun too. Okay, when you have kids, does it accumulate karma also? Okay, if you believe it does, sure. If you don't believe in it, if you're not buying into it, and you're treating your kids without, being blinded, loving your kids with your heart open, unconditional love, then you're not going to create anything to be guilty for, feeling shame around, regretting. That's what causes the feeling of karma. That's what causes the karmic energy. Yes, you can. That's a good one. Hang on. Yeah, you can clean karma with a person who's deceased. Okay. Again, it's a belief, but it's the emotion, people. Okay, it's all about the emotion. Okay, so clean up the emotion and the dance is done. The dance is done. Clean up the emotion, dance done. Okay, got it? Okay, are we stuck in religious karma, Jewish Kabbalah being played in continued wars? Again, It's a major, you see, it's like a country. Like I've been to Israel. I spent 3 times. I went there for a month each time. Went to all the different areas, went to the Holy Land, went to all these, King Herod, all over Israel. I went everywhere. Dead Sea, all of it. And tracking energy. This is what I was doing. Tracking energy. This is when Jesus started coming to me, talking to me, and giving me friggin' information. Okay? So in Israel, or in the countries, like those countries, okay, it's so anchored in. It's these beliefs, people, and you're not going to change these beliefs. They're not going to change. They're anchored in. It's blackness, okay? It's belief systems. Fanaticism. I'm not joking. Fanaticism, okay? So you got fanaticism happening. People, trying to talk to somebody who's got hardcore beliefs, there's nowhere to go, okay? They'll probably kill me. But I don't have that in my subconscious, so I'm not going to draw it to me. I'm not going to create it, okay? I don't have that belief that I need to be killed. Okay. Hang on a second. Oh, yeah. Well, you guys, I've had just really quickly, I'm going to share something. Okay, so way back in the day, okay, way back in the in the 70s, I used to channel. I would let things come in, anything. Then bad things started happening. Scary shit. I stopped channeling. 8 years later, I moved to San Jose from the country, and met one of my students, and she was channeling, and it was really cool. So I had that feeling. So what I did is I went direct and started channeling. I pulled an energy of consciousness, divine being from the light. Okay? And I would channel that. People would come for my channelings. I'd reach into people's bodies and move energy out. This is how I started understanding about the emotions. This being would come in, people, would gather, and this being would start reaching into people's bodies energetically. Their bodies would be shaking, they'd be crying, pulling out emotional energy. Okay? So I saw things happening. So then I started working in a different way, meaning going through the emotions, okay? Through them, knowing them. And I saw miracles. My own life changed drastically. Okay? This was back in the 70s. Okay? And so I'm learning all this stuff. And no, wait, sorry. That was in the 70s when I started channeling, when I shut down. Then I opened back up. That was in the 80s. Okay, so it became the 80s. And that's when that's when I really started working with people and started doing all kinds. This is when I started doing taking discarnates out, taking emotion, all kinds of stuff. And then from there, I created a healing center. Okay, and thousands of people benefited from it. So when Jesus came in, he came into me in what year I was living. I had just moved to Auburn, California. That was in 1979. And that's when I had my first experience of Jesus coming into my body. Okay, I had a couple friends, my daughter and my friend, longtime friend, were there. And he goes to Bali, and he had been coming in. Mother Mary would come into him. So he's talking. All of a sudden, I'm thinking, I'm going to channel again. No, this time it was Jesus came in. And then from there, I started going to Israel, and that's when he would meet up with me. So we were at the rock where he broke bread. He presents. I start crying. He goes, "Why are you crying? You should be rejoicing at a reunion." Okay? So he showed me all kinds of things. Okay? So then he also started coming and being like I'd work with my clients, and people would see him. He was presenting. Okay? So yeah, it was pretty cool. But I've had a lot of experience, people, with that being known as Jesus. Okay, been to Israel, spent 3 months there, three times, 1 month at a time. Went to all kinds of cool stuff. Went to the area where he cast the spirits into the pigs and cast them in, going into the ocean. I mean, all kinds of cool stuff. Okay, but I also saw things that people don't see. The belief systems that simply aren't true and real. So. Yeah, so I had experience with that being big time. All right, everyone, I'm going to get going here. Yeah. Yeah, we were trying to work on that. There was something to get to where you guys could download your clearings. We'll have to revisit that. There was something happening that we were trying to make that happen, and I don't remember, but maybe we can bring it up again, see if we can't let people download them so you don't have to do it the way you have. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Okay, here's a clearing. So there's a clearing, you guys, in our vault, or whatever we call it, on Christ consciousness. Pretty cool. Okay, so tomorrow, IOU no more. Let's unravel this stuff. Okay, everyone? Alrighty, thanks for being here. Till next time. And we'll gather for tacos at my place in Georgia. I live in the country in Georgia. Okay, everyone.